Hello and welcome. Here is another video about Simware. Today we will discuss Simware's integration with SignNow, a leading provider of online signatures, enabling your clients to legally sign quotes you have created in Simware or PDFs you upload to the restricted file manager of a sales lead. For a general overview of Simware, please see our introductory video at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Simware, or just search your YouTube app for Simware. Okay, let's begin. First, within Simware, we'll want to activate e-signing. We'll go to Admin, Settings. We will edit Section 1. We'll go down to the very bottom setting. It says, should Simware integrate with e-signing? You'll change that from a no to a yes, and then hit Save. Each document you have signed within Simware will require a signature request. Here on the subscription manager, we'll go down to the section for e-signing. Here you can see that you can purchase signature requests in sets of 10, 25, or 50. And you can also set your e-signing requests to auto-renew. I would point out that each document requires a signature request, not each person who signs the document. So if you have 5 people signing a document, that's still just one signature request. After you have made a purchase here, you will have some signature requests. You can see how many are left here. The next thing we want to do is adjust your quotes within Simware, if you're using them, to have tags within the legal section. So here we have the legal section that would be used in a quote by default, unless you're using a template or you otherwise override this. And we have some tags that Simware can then interpret. All the tags begin with the square bracket followed by e-sign and a colon. After that you can insert a name. The next section is called via, as in contact via, so it's VIA and colon. After that you can put an email address and then the closing square bracket. You can also have a phone number for the contact section. Simware also has some tags that you can use. If you put client, it will go to the client profile and pull in the client's name. If you put spouse, it will go into the client profile and pull in the spouse's name. If you put sales, it will go into the sales profile and pull in the name of the lead salesperson. For the contact via section, we have some shortcuts as well. If you are using a shortcut for the name section, then in this via section you can use email, so it'll pull in the email address from the client profile or from the associate profile of the lead salesperson. You can also use phone 1 or phone 2, and it'll pull the phone number from either the client profile or the salesperson's associate profile. If you do use phone, Simware will assume that you mean phone 1. Okay, let's go take a look at a document. We'll move over to the sales lead for this client. We'll scroll down to the bottom just to check what we have. In this case we have a name and we've directly entered an email address. We have the other name and its email address as well. Coming up to the top of the screen we have the e-sign button to initiate the process. At this point, Simware is uploading the document to SignNow. Now we have a PDF. We can see who has been invited and what their status is. So far they are simply invited, and the document status overall is just invited. We also have the cancel button, which you can use if you're partway through the process and realize that you need to start over. I should point out that if you cancel a document, that unfortunately the signature request is not returned to your quota. Now we're going to pull in Gmail and see what it's like to actually sign the document. Scroll down to the section where our signature goes. We can insert the signature and the date. And then when we are finished, we'll go ahead and click on Finish. And I'll pause briefly while I complete the signature for the other email address. Okay, and now we're back and the other signature has been added. Let's take another look at that. Now that the signatures have been added online, the document here in Simware also shows them. I would also point out when we had the tags in the document that we did not have a separate date. It's pretty much an assumption that you have to have a date whenever you sign something, so Simware just adds that for you. You don't have to do it separately. You can also see that the status has been updated for each of the signees to show that they have signed and that the document is now complete. And along the way you will receive notifications. If the tags to the signees used email, they get email notifications. If it was a phone number, they will get an SMS text message allowing them to click on the link from their phone and sign it that way. And then the lead salesperson will also get their notifications as well. All right, so that's what it's like to sign a quote that was created within Simware. Next we'll look at signing a document that was created outside of Simware. First we'll go to the restricted file manager and upload the document. So here's the document that we just uploaded. Over here there's an e-signing button. The difference between a quote that was created in Simware versus a document like this is that the quote created in Simware allows us to control who is signing and the fields. When it's an externally created document, we'll be specifying the name and how we're going to contact them here. And you can have as many of these as you like. Go ahead and hit submit. So instead of saying unsubmitted, it now says invited. And we also have the individual signees and their status levels here. They're invited. Now we'll bring in Gmail once again. For a document like this, the process is slightly different because we weren't able to specify the fields and where they go on the page. So we will scroll down to this section. There's a toolbar on the left and it has a couple of tools. The main ones you're going to use are My Signature and Today's Date. By default, My Signature has been selected. And what that means is that when we click on the page, it's going to assume that you're trying to add a signature. I can reposition the signature. I can resize it a little bit. The next thing we need is the date. So we're going to drag today's date from the toolbar onto the page. And then we are done with that signature. We'll click on Done. Let's go back to this Simware screen and we will reopen this document. And we can see that the document is now partially signed, and we can see that this is the person who has signed it. Now I'll pause for a moment while we get the other signature in place in the same manner. With the other signature in place, if we close and reopen the document and scroll down to the bottom, we can see the signatures are now in place, as well as the dates. And if you keep going, you'll see that the page has been added with all the activity, which forms part of the audit trail, which is what makes this legally enforceable. Lastly, we will talk about the log for e-signing activity. Go to Clients and Sales and e-signing log. And here you can see the various activities, documents that were submitted to the system and what state they're in. We can also use the filtering system at the top to limit the output. We can also ask for more detail. These are the high-level activities. There are some lower-level activities that you can see as well. Whenever a document is submitted to the system, technically we are generating a PDF, then we are uploading it to Sign Now, and then we are sending out invitations, and then each time that somebody signs, that's also in the log as well, and when the document is complete. and you can export a CSV file of activities. And this will allow you to keep track of what you've been doing from an e-signing point of view. That completes our introduction to e-signing within SimWare, both for documents created within SimWare, quotes created within SimWare, and also documents that you create outside SimWare and upload to the restricted file manager. These would be PDFs. To find out more about SimWare, you can visit our website at www.simware.com, or you can call us at 240-285-4619 with questions or to arrange a demo. We appreciate your time and hope to talk to you soon. Thank you.